Looking to transform your family game nights? At Perfectly Picked Games, we specialize in family games that bring everyone closer. Our games aren't just fun. Kids and teens will learn how to take turns, develop basic strategy skills, and understand the thrill of winning and grace of losing. With our exclusive gift of games, you can give months of gaming excitement to your family. Choose a 3-month or 6-month gift, and we'll deliver hand-picked family games to your doorstep every month. And here's the best part. Right now, you can use the promo code GOLDENMOJO and receive 20% off your selected plan. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer. Use promo code GOLDENMOJO and save 20% today at Perfectly Picked Games.
Welcome to the United States Paranormal Podcast. Sit down and buckle up for an enlightening ride through everything cryptid, creepy, and paranormal.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It is I, Golden J, hanging out with
the Rocker Chick
and
J-Dub.
And welcome to the United States of Paranormal.
Hi.
We're happy you're here. We're thrilled that you've tuned us in. You're probably on your way to work right now. Maybe you're working already and you're back in the freezer somewhere, putting stuff away. Or maybe this is your wake-up alarm and you're still laying in bed where it's cozy warm. Well, get the fuck up because you got to go to work.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hi, guys. What's going on?
Hi. Hello.
I know it's only been a couple weeks, but it seems like forever.
Yeah. Forever underwater.
I know. And drowning. I'm drowning without you guys here in the studio with me. All right. Listen. I have some housekeeping. Pull up your pillow. Don't forget, if you don't want to hear the banter or all the really important things I'm about to say, there is a timestamp. Just go ahead, scroll up through the
show notes.
The show notes. Thank you. And it's going to be right there. It's not hard to find. It's right on top.
Yeah.
So, you can jump ahead. That's cool. I'm digging it, if that's what you want. Also, don't forget, we are on Patreon, patreon.com/2sop. And go help us out. We need some love. Go check it out. You get all of these cool stuff going on with our Patreon. You get a poster, and you get some videos, and then you get the high tier. You get reaction videos and all kinds of fun stuff. So go check it out. Patreon.com.
Yeah, you can watch me scare the shit out of the Rocker Chick.
It's true. Also, something brand new for Golden Mojo Entertainment. We have started, or we have started. It's a thing. It's a Ko-fi account. You can go check it out at kofi.com/goldenmojoent. And it's similar to Patreon, but it's more on the Golden Mojo side than it is for the 2sop side, because 2sop's got a Patreon and all that.
How do you spell that?
That is ko-fi.com.
Okay.
.com.
Gotcha. .com.
But what you're going to get right now, if you go join, is you're going to get the early Murd Nerd stuff.
Oh, boy.
So every Friday, a new episode of the brand new Murd Nerds comes out. There's already 2 up. And this Friday will be episode number 3, right up to the actual release out into the great wide world on February 14th.
Nice.
When we release the Springfield 3. But if you want to get advanced and you want it early, that's where you can go get it. Also, been loading up Golden 80s full video under the membership. So you get me and Frankie full videos of the episodes as they come out. And I'm going to be working on putting up all the old Murd Nerds episodes so you guys can go back and see the full video of the girls, their faces. You'll see when Ashley picks her nose or flicks it at Alicia. It was some weird shit goes on back in those days. But that's what's going to be on the Ko-fi. So go check it out. ko/fi.com/
It's a bunch of slashers.
Golden Mojo ENT. It'll be fun. You get all of that for just a $10 a month membership.
Cool.
Yeah. And plus, we are going to be throwing up some specialty merch on there.
Oh,
I haven't got it all worked out yet, but it's coming.
nice.
Like I said, there's a lot of wheels turning in there. But I posted on the Murd Nerds Facebook page about it because anybody who wanted anything early, they could go through there. But we're still working towards building it to its full potential. But as always, Twosop does have a Patreon, so go check that out too. Patreon.com/Twosop.
Do it.
Now, the last little bit of housekeeping that I have revolves around a certain picture that I posted on Facebook.
Oh.
J-Dub, do you want to tell everybody about the picture I posted on Facebook?
Sure. So, everybody knows that I lived in a haunted house, right? I was on the TV show A Haunting. Then I came on to the podcast and told my story as it actually happened. Well, we had a YouTuber reach out to Twosop and asked for me to come on and do an interview for him so that he could tell the story correctly.
Yes.
Yes. And it will be coming out. He hopes that it'll be coming out, I think, in next month, February, end of February.
Sometime in there, yeah.
It's called The Ghost Files on YouTube. And it was fun.
And he does, because I went and checked it out when he reached out. I went and looked at his YouTube page, and he's a young man, but man, he's got a good eye. A lot of the stuff that he's got up there is really, really cool, and he's got a couple interviews that's what he's kind of working towards, is more and more interview YouTube videos. So it was really cool to go look at his page and then to talk to him and then to meet him. Because I went and I crashed the party. I just showed up. I'm like, hey, I'm here to see everybody.
No.
But it was fun. I mean, it was an interesting little bit. I was only there about an hour and a half. You guys put in, 4 or 5 hours of storytelling? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting stuff. I'm excited. So when it comes out, look for us on on Facebook. We will post the links and everything so you guys can go check that out. And
he's going to come on the podcast too
is.
to help promote it.
Yes, and I actually sent him all of your EVPs.
Oh, good.
But I haven't heard back from him, so hopefully he got them. I have not heard back. I'll reach out again and make sure he was able to download them from the Dropbox. So
Cool.
But I did get all that sent to him. So yeah, we're going to have him on the show here in the next couple weeks, more than likely. So, because we want to get him in before the actual video goes live. So
Yeah.
should be fun. I'm excited. Anything else been going on, guys?
No, it's just cold.
It's cold as balls
That's
outside.
awful.
We have been dealing with, I don't know, have we reached, I think it was like -2 or 3 this week.
Yeah, but the wind chill was like -20.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But to all of our Texas and Louisiana family, how's that 6 inches of snow coming along?
Sucks to suck, doesn't it?
I couldn't believe that shit, man. That's a lot of damn snow for
Yeah.
Texas. That's a lot of damn snow anywhere, to be honest.
Well,
Yeah.
Florida is getting it really bad too. Like the beaches are covered in snow.
Really?
So yeah.
I heard that New Orleans had record-breaking snowfall. Mm-hmm. And I meant to go look for pictures of that record-breaking.
Oh, I saw some.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bourbon Street completely covered. It's probably stacked up to like the first level of houses because the fucking things are so tight down there. So, I don't know. It's crazy. That's something else that's on Patreon, boys and girls, is you can go check out the New Orleans video that I put
good.
together and posted. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun making it. It was a lot of fun editing it. I love New Orleans. Well, that's my housekeeping. What else we got going on? Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. We have no emails or anything exciting like that.
Let me look real quick. I don't know what emails I got on this computer. No, I just got mine. I don't have the emails, so no emails.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a quiet week. We'd love to hear from you. United States Paranormal at gmail.com.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Come on, man. It's good. We love to.
Send us some stories that you want us to tell, or if you got a story you want to tell.
Yeah. We'd love to hear it. Absolutely. We do have the 200th episode coming up. This being episode 171. 200 is on our radar. And let me tell you, I am cooking up something good.
Right.
I'm excited. The first piece of the puzzle was fit in today. So I'm getting excited. We'll work on the rest of that puzzle by the end of the month. But it looks like it's going to hit sometime. 200 is going to hit sometime in July, early July. So be prepared.
Be ready.
It's going to get it. It's going to get stupid crazy.
You're not going to want to miss it.
You're not.
For
You're going to
sure.
want to get tuned in. Jacked up. You might want to be drinking while it's going on. I might be drinking while it's going on.
Ooh.
You think?
Probably not.
Probably not. Got to keep my wits about me. I can't be drinking. That's all I got. All right, J-Dub, what do you got for me?
Let me ask you this.
Oh.
If you could teleport to any location, where would it be?
Well, normally I would say Texas, where it's warm and, you know, I have enjoyed, but not right now. If I could teleport anywhere, where would it be? How about you? Rocker chick, anything?
I would say, I don't know.
I'd go somewhere close to the equator because I'm freezing. Oy.
Like you said, I'd go south, but that doesn't really work out now. There you go, all that damn snow. Yeah, I won't disagree with you. I mean, someplace tropical. I've never been to Hawaii. Maybe that'd be a fun place to go. I hear it's expensive, though.
Yeah. It's like $30 for just a hamburger.
My buddy Chris, he has a timeshare out there. Sent me a picture during the Chiefs game this last weekend. Goes, guess where I'm watching the Chiefs game this weekend? It's like, come on, man, really? It sucks to be you.
I don't know. I'd like to go to where it's mountainous, maybe Arizona or somewhere like that. See I don't know.
Is Arizona mountainous?
Yeah, they have mountains.
Do they?
Northern Arizona.
Okay. I just think nothing. When I think Arizona, I just think desert and just kind of.
In Phoenix, they have the Camelback Mountains. It looks like a camel laying down.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's more like it's flat, and then there's this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Grand
Yeah,
Canyon's
it's
out
very
there.
pretty
so it's
out
like,
there.
That's a big fucking hole, though. I mean, that's not like mountains. That's just
Well,
like,
it's the
I'm
way you
driving
look at
along
it.
and fell in. Fuck.
However you look at it, really.
I think I would pick and choose by the weather, probably.
That's a good point, because you'd be sitting there going, Florida'd be nice, but they're getting snowed on, so maybe not. But, yeah, listen, this weather is just insane. I fucking hate it. I don't mind the cold, but this is just ridiculous. When every bone or joint in your body hurts because it's just cold, but
Yeah, I had to put a sweatshirt koozie on my beer to do chores so it didn't freeze.
this is priorities, people. A sweatshirt koozie for her beer. It is priority. You
sure
gonna
is.
show a picture of that, are you? So if you're on Patreon, you can see the picture. There it is. A little flag, a little American flag on the front.
Oh,
It is a good-looking koozie.
America. The little stars inside the hood.
Nice. Did they glow in the dark?
I don't know.
That would be cool.
I haven't gotten that far.
I haven't been drinking at night. Haven't need the koozie to drink at night.
Right. At least not that koozie.
Well, and we are, speaking of drinking in koozies at night, we're not too far off. Maybe, 3-4 months before we can get back out to the campground.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
J-Dub was all fired up. Rocker chick, you fired up for the campground?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Shut up.
I was looking at pictures. I was digging for some stuff through an old hard drive, and I ran across pictures of when I built my deck out there at the campground.
Oh.
So I started getting a little nostalgic to get back out there. So, it's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting.
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 Sounded like she said anxiety.
Anxiety. Well, it ain't cheap to live out there, so that's where a little bit of the anxiety runs into.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready to get into today's story?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right.
Do it.
So listen, a couple weeks ago, the rocker chick kept us in Indiana and went down to Rockville to, what was it called again?
Billy Creek Village.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that was a good one. I liked that one.
It was a good one, which kept me thinking Rockville, and you even mentioned it in your story, and I'm like, I don't believe that we've been to this place on Tucson. So I went there. I stayed in Rockville while I listened to J-Dub talk about ghost ships, and I stayed down in Rockville and visited the Indiana State Sanatorium.
Ooh.
Now listen.
It's a big place.
It is a very big place. And it is buried in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of crazy, but I spent a lot of time watching J-Dub's favorite. Yes, say it.
Project Fear.
That is right. I watched a ton of Project Fear.
It's good.
It is. And, of course, the first time they were there, they were still Destination Fear. They were still with Discovery or Travel Channel or whichever one that veers off. But I didn't realize that they were the first paranormal team to actually go in there.
Oh.
And when they went in, they had no information. They just knew that there was strange things happening there. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
So they did a breakdown of the building and the property itself. But, if you ever watch Project Fear, they have like a pamphlet or a
Packet.
Packet, yeah. And they always read the packet prior to them going in. And they had one page, and then the other team members flipped it open. It's like, there's nothing else here. And the one guy's like, that's because there's nothing else known. We're the first going in.
Wow.
Which was pretty cool. So if you get a chance, go watch Destination Fear on Discovery, or you can check out Project Fear on their YouTube channel. And when I finished with the sanatorium stuff, I actually went back and watched their Billy Creek Village video where they sent the girl in by herself.
Yeah, poor Chelsea.
The three guys stayed in the car and just made fun of her the whole time. She's a trooper, man. I'll tell you what. She definitely dove into that. Place is nuts.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy. I have to let you watch that. Have you seen that one?
Mm-mm.
You don't watch them much on YouTube. You watched them more on Travel Channel and Discovery, didn't you?
Right.
Yep. All right, let's get into this. All right, here we go. The Indiana State Sanatorium,
Don't you start.
located near Rockville, Indiana, has a rich history intertwined with the tales of paranormal activity. Established in 1908, the facility was originally constructed to treat patients suffering from tuberculosis a prevalent and deadly disease at the time. The sanatorium officially opened its doors to patients in 1911, featuring a main administration building and 2 wings, one for men and one for women. Each wing included long porches designed to provide patients with ample fresh air, which was considered beneficial to their recovery.
Because it's a lung thing, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Imagine I didn't dive into TB, even though I did Waverly Hills. I didn't dive into actually what TB, was, but I only assume that when you have it, it just constricts your lungs and you can't breathe. It just kind of sucks it all in. And yeah, and let me tell you, there, even at Waverly and here at Indiana, their procedures to try to fight this disease before the medicine became prevalent is insane. The things that they did. You have to go back and listen to my Waverly Hills one from way back in the first top. I think it's in the top 20 episodes.
Yeah.
Or the first 20. I shouldn't say top 20. It was a good one. I don't know if it's top 20. But I talk a lot about what they did there, and then I've got a few things right here in this next little segment here.
Okay.
Over the years, the sanatorium expanded to accommodate the growing number of patients. In 1922, additional structures were added, including a superintendent's house and 2 smaller residences for the doctors, ensuring that the medical staff could reside close to the facility. Despite these expansions, treatments during this time were often ineffective, and many patients succumbed to the disease. Some underwent invasive procedures such as rib removals, pumping gas into a bag inserted into the lungs, and having patients lay on their side for hours and hours. Sometimes they would put adhesive on them so they wouldn't actually move because they were trying to get it to kind of fall out, I guess. I don't know what the idea of it was, but this is all in desperate attempts to find, some sort of cure. So more than a medical facility, I thought this was interesting because Waverly was the same thing. The sanatorium and its surrounding buildings were situated on over 200 acres and functioned as a self-sufficient community. There was a greenhouse, a dairy barn, and even a power plant. But thanks to modern medicine, the facility was no longer needed by 1968. It was repurposed as a nursing home and private mental hospital from 1976 until 2011, when it was abandoned. And it was abandoned with everything still in it. Dang. All the equipment, the beds, everything was just left behind. The sanatorium's long history and numerous deaths that occurred within its walls have contributed to its reputation as a haunted location, which includes a man in a residential building basically getting cooked alive by his radiator. He was tinkering with it, and it broke.
Ew.
And, hot radiator sprayed all over him. It also includes some of the patients that were escaping the housing and succumbing to the elements outside. Reports even say that they found one man hanging from a tree after he escaped.
Oh, boy.
Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported various unexplained phenomena, and we're going to talk about that here in a second. When it became, now obviously as a tuberculosis hospital, it's insane the amount of deaths at that time. I mean, it was, I didn't see a number pop up in anything that I looked at as far as how many people died in that facility at the time. The Waverly numbers were astronomical, and that's why they put the body chute. Indiana has a tunnel system between all of their buildings, and that's how they think they transported all the dead patients out, so that the ones that were still alive didn't see them and panic and freak out. But when it got jacked over to a nursing home, that's when things got a little sketch, because they were talking about a lot of the mistreatment of the patients and, you know, the brutality and all that stuff that was in there.
Well, the amount of deaths, they probably didn't keep much record, because they didn't want people to, you know, like if the state came in, I don't know how back then worked, but if the state came in and said, hey, we need to look at your records, and they had all these people die, they'd be like, well, why are these people dying? You're not doing your job. True,
but I do believe the leniency on that would be that southern Indiana and northern Kentucky was like the biggest area that got hit by TB.
Oh, and it's
hence why we had, it's very damp down there with the Ohio River going through there and all that stuff, and so that didn't really help any of that.
It's very contagious too.
Yeah. Well, and they talked about that with people that died of TB weren't able to tell their families goodbye. You know, it's like they went in and hoped they were going to get cured, but 9 times out of 10 they just passed away, and they were alone for the most part. Besides John Smith, who's sitting next to you, who's dying of the same thing you got. Yeah. Spitting. So it's terrible. But it was what was going on at that time. It was absolutely terrible, and a lot of people died during TB in that time frame. So the hospitals were there trying to help, but they were dealing with something they didn't know what the hell they had. So I'm curious though, do you suppose that the doctors and nurses wore masks and shit at that time?
Well, they had that big long one where they stuffed
look like a crow.
Yeah, they stuffed with, what is it?
Tissues
herbs and stinky stuff, so they didn't have to smell it, but the death and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, probably some kind of.
Some sort of protection.
Yeah, but you just see pictures of these old places like that had that kind of stuff, and they're not wearing masks.
Yeah.
So imagine how many doctors and nurses died from exposure.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I didn't really put that together. I mean, you got all these doctors and nurses in there working on everybody, and it's like they don't have a mask, they don't have any protection, but it's contagious. So
I guess that raven bird looking mask was for the plague.
Okay.
Way before then. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe they were. I don't know.
I don't know. All right, we'll move on here. Today, the Indiana State Sanatorium spans over 200 acres and includes more than 120,000 square feet of historical buildings, such as the tuberculosis hospital, the nursing home, the Mendel Hospital, and supporting structures connected by an extensive steam tunnel. The site has become a popular destination for paranormal investigators, photographers, and urban explorers. Various tours and events are offered, allowing the visitors to explore the premises and dive into the haunted history. The Indiana State Sanatorium has been the site of numerous personal experiences that suggest paranormal activity. Here are some detailed accounts. Paranormal investigator. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. I'm going to call him, it's spelled E-V-E-L. I mean, to me, that's evil.
Yeah.
Evil. Let's call him Evil. Organville. Let's just call him Evil. Recounts 2 visits to the sanatorium during the first visit on September 18th, 2022. Evil and former investigator Mike Colwell captured EVPs that hinted a spirit named Mary, who mentioned the room 120. This led to a second visit on February 12th of 2023, where the team, including members from Paranormal Cases, focused on reconnecting with Mary. But despite their efforts, the responses remained elusive. leaving them with more questions than answers.
She's like, I already told you. Why are you asking again?
Just go fuck off. I ain't got time for you.
Just go to that room.
Just go to fucking, what was it? 210. Just go to 120. It'll be fine. I'm thinking 409. Project Fear was in 409. They spent a lot of time in there. The sanatorium's laundry facilities have been hot spots for activity. Visitors and workers have reported objects moving on their own, laundry machines activating without explanation, and an apparition of an elderly woman wandering the area. These experiences have been documented by various ghost hunters and visitors. So there's a lady down there doing your laundry. She's got to be pissed, right?
Maybe she loved doing laundry.
You gonna spend a fucking eternity doing laundry? No, I mean, does anybody really want that?
I hate folding laundry.
So there has been a lot of sightings, a lot of shadowy figures throughout the sanatorium, but the big one that they really talk about in the nursing home building, also known, they called it Shadow Hall, because people claim to not only see like a shit ton of shadow figures walking around the nursing home, but they say that when you go in there, that people are overwhelmed with emotions so intense that they break down into tears. Is that weird? Or we were somewhere. Was it one of the cemeteries that your sister was like all of a sudden got super emotional around?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's like when you walk into the room, but like, you know, when you go someplace and you actually think of all the horrible things that happen there, and it just sometimes gets you.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, but I mean, some say that that they will kind of drain on your emotions like that.
Yeah, and if like they were in a room that was just full of everybody was sick and they were all sad, I mean, you're gonna probably still feel that.
Right. Absolutely.
If walls could talk.
I don't know that you'd want to hear what they had to say.
Not all of them.
I can't even fucking imagine what those were like in that time. Imagine taking a time machine and going back for that, and just to see what was going on from a distance, because you don't want to be too close. I
would take my N95.
They would know you're from the future. They'd be like, you're walking in with the full
Maybe
respirator.
I would be like a ghost. Maybe they would just think I was a ghost.
I can see that now. J-Dub's walking through going, you can't see me. I'm not here.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
It's terrible, terrible.
But if you think about it, that would just be like time travel. What if ghosts to us are people actually living and we're the ghosts to them?
I love theories.
Dun, dun, dun.
I love theories, because now I'm going to fucking ponder on that for a while. Because I'm still looking to figure out who aliens are in human skin suits.
Well, Sean's dad, that was his theory, that there's always like, it's always two dimensions or whatever, that like we think we have ghosts haunting our house. Well, they're in their time period living, and we're the ghosts in their house.
Right.
So his dad always thought that.
Well, I mean, what would the wall be between the two dimensions? How thin is that veil between the two? I mean, and if it's an exact replica, you know, this studio, let's say this studio is an exact replica in another universe, then we're sitting in it right now, but maybe somebody walks in and goes, God, it feels weird in here. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, if they cross like that, that's what I'm getting
Dr.
at.
Strange.
I can get it done.
Well, I mean, like if you're at Indiana State Sanatorium and you're doing a tour walkthrough and you walk into the area where all the beds were and the nurses are running around and you're hearing things and saying things, they're still doing their job. So like if you walk through there and it's like maybe empty now, they're working, and maybe you drop something and maybe they would hear you and be like, what was that?
It's true.
I don't know.
Would that be the layer effect? Is it that we keep layering time on top of each other, and
maybe
so we're like this layer, but they're like this layer from the early 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting all this? You're not putting any info in here.
I'm pondering it.
Are you still pondering alien skin suits too?
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Yep.
Gross.
Listen, I know of 2 or 3 people I am 100% sure of. All I gotta do is just go up and pull in their cheeks to see if. Investigators have reported hearing disembodied voices, including both male and female tones, echoing through the halls. Sounds of coughing and wheezing, and of the former tuberculosis patients have been heard. In Adams Hall, phantom footsteps have been reported in the stairwells, adding to that eerie atmosphere. Indiana State Sanatorium has been the site of numerous personal experiences from visitors, not just the professionals. So, gotta go wrong with that. A Reddit user shared their experience on spending the night at the sanatorium with friends. They set up various devices and explored different hotspots within the facility. The user mentioned that prior to this visit, they were skeptical about about the existence of ghosts. However, the events of that night led them to reconsider their beliefs. They didn't get into details, but it must have been good shit.
If you don't tell it, it didn't happen.
Courtney Eastman described her visit to the sanatorium as she noted the eerie stillness upon entering the buildings, as if they had been frozen in time. This unsettling atmosphere left a lasting impression on her during her exploration of the buildings. J-Dub's a little chilly. She just put up her hat. I'm telling you, man, I got the heat on full blast in this joint, and it is just so fucking cold outside.
My toes are numb. I even wore my winter boots.
A participant in the Landscape and Travel Photography Forum recounted their visit to the sanatorium, highlighting safety concerns. I thought this was interesting because it's like, it's not really paranormal, but they just want to advise to exercise caution, particularly in certain buildings where the floors are reportedly soft and at a risk of collapsing.
Soft.
So, and it's true. I think that everybody needs to keep that in mind when they're investigating out there, because a lot of the buildings that you're going to get your best stuff out of, absolutely are old and falling apart.
Yeah, but I don't think they'd let people go into places where they thought the floor would collapse underneath them. Unless they broke in. Then karma.
So the sanatorium offers overnight accommodations for paranormal investigators. Guests can have access to various buildings, including the nursing home and Adams Hall, where they can conduct their own investigation. And I did read that you can do a daylight tour for like $25.
That'd be your cup of tea,
It
wouldn't
would
it?
be right down my alley. So there you go. Little Indiana State Sanatorium to wet your whistle for all you Indiana peeps out there who are close. It's just down in Rockville, Indiana. Go check it out. I hear it's a pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they get a lot of activity during the day, too.
I would imagine so, because, I mean, that place didn't sleep at the time. You know, it was just constantly going. So,
yeah.
So, yeah. Down there in Rockville, you can go check out Billy Creek during the day, check out the sanatorium during the day, or sanatorium at night. if you prefer. They didn't have a dollar sign on what it would cost to do a later, a group. I think it was
Probably reservations. And
I think I read somewhere, come to think about it, it was about $1,000 for up to 10 people.
Ooh.
Which, I mean, if you're separating between 10 people,
well, if they're making that much, and they're doing a lot of investigations, they should be able to keep the floors from rotting out.
I would think so. Yeah, it just looks like an interesting place. But also keep in mind, if you go there and you're doing a night investigation, now some of those are guided. I don't know that they have a full-blown just go on your own type thing. Keep in mind of the location, because it is 200 acres and it is out in the middle of nowhere, and there's no fence around the place to keep anybody else. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So people can wander in there.
Squatters. That was a big thing with Paranormal PR. In one of their episodes, they heard stuff going on upstairs. As they investigated to see if there was anybody in there, they found like shaving cream and deodorant and stuff all stocked up in there. So there are people that are sneaking in there to live in there. I would assume more in the warmer months, seeing as how there's no really windows, or is there windows in that? I can't remember, but it just looks very drafty. Yeah.
It looks a little chilly.
Well, even if it does have windows, they're going to be real thin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
No thanks.
Yeah, might pass hard on that one. Not going to stay. I don't know. If you don't have a place to stay and that's your alternative, then...
Well, they might make a bonfire. They don't care if the place burns down, right?
Well, I mean...
They got all these other buildings to get into.
I think I would find one way out of the way that nobody could see my little fire going on.
We had to, just because you brought that up, we had to rush showers to a place because they had squatters in their warehouse that they were storing their showers, and they literally started a fire to stay warm and burnt the warehouse.
Oh my gosh.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, like I'm watching on YouTube the crazy, creepy vids, and they do like compilations of like 6 videos of like people posting stuff online about stuff, and they go to have all these videos like the creepiest things in abandoned buildings. And there was one where this guy was walking around, and he's like, I know there's homeless people in here, and he goes around the corner, and all of a sudden you see this guy yell, "Hey!" and he comes charging at him, and it made me almost shit my pants because it was loud. But yeah, there's a bunch of them where I was like, you gotta have a gun if you're gonna be doing that.
Hard pass on going into
That's scarier than ghosts.
Yeah, people are
way more scary than ghosts. Yes. Now, people and demons are people who are demons. Aliens. I don't know that I'm that scared of aliens.
You should be.
Well, I've never met a demon, never met an alien, so I don't know
of.
True. Well, we know what tomorrow's going to bring. We're going to look into whether that dude is an alien. It's going to be right on my mind. Maybe Monty can help me out with that. He's been super helpful the last few days, throwing things behind the skids. Oh, yeah. Things were falling back behind the skids while we were working yesterday, and there was nothing on the ground. Yeah.
Weird.
Your friend Monty was down on the dock.
Great. Glad he was down there.
I'm going to send him to your office.
Nope.
Yep, it'll be fine.
Nope.
All right, gang. Thank you for listening to United States Paranormal. Go check out our website, UnitedStatesParanormal.com, where you can find all of your merchandise needs. Even getting a Celestial Stag t-shirt. Yes. J-Dub did wear her Golden Oldies shirt for the video shoot, but she was a little chilly. So
it was so cold in there. So I wore my two-stop button. I wore my Celeste celestial stag button and my poop bucket button.
Yep. She was repping the whole time.
Yeah.
Did he ask you any questions about the podcast?
He let me promote it, yeah.
Nice.
He said he would leave it in there.
Nice.
I told him I'd beat him up if he didn't. I probably could take it. No, he was very nice.
He was super nice. Super, super, super nice. All right, guys. Check out the Patreon, the website, the Ko-fi. I keep wanting to call
spell
it
it again?
Ko-fi. It's KO-FI.com
There you go.
/Golden Mojo ENT. ENT. Go check it out. The rocker chick's about to take a little nap over here. She's all leaned over and
No, I'm trying to keep my hands warm.
I'm gonna move this heater over to your side. Yeah. Okay, maybe not. All right, we're out of here, guys. Until next week, keep it spooky, and I'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the United States of Paranormal podcast. Check us out at theunitedstatesofparanormal.com, where you can find our Spotlight of the Month, Fan of the Month, and all of our amazing merchandise. Or you can find us on social media at Facebook at the United States of Paranormal, Instagram at the United States of Paranormal, and YouTube at the United States of Paranormal 1795. And don't forget, we are now on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/2sop.
Please check out the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts. The Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, Indiana Chiefs Fans, Golden 80s, The Gridiron Kings, Murd Nerds, and A Quart of Books and Booze, all of which can be found at goldenmojoent.com or wherever you stream your favorite podcasts.
And if you have a location or a story that you would like for us to check into, please email us at the United States of Paranormal @gmail.com. Please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen. Thank you for all of your support. Bye.